Hey guys, it's Caleb. Today in the shop we have the brand new Bronco Raptor. We've got a new set of mud flaps for it, so we're going to go ahead, get it on the lift, and show you how to install them. Here we have the tools laid out that you'll need for install. Today we'll be using a Phillips head screwdriver. We'll be using a 3mm or 1/8 inch Allen key, a 7mm socket, and a 15mm socket with the impact. Here we have your front laid out. What you'll get in your kit is your front flap for that corner, your mount plate, and your lock tabs. You'll also get your hardware. We'll go ahead and put a breakdown of that hardware on the screen right now. Before we head over to the vehicle, we're going to pre-assemble the flap by taking our mount plate. We're going to put it in from the side with the logo and the etching. We're going to take it, we're going to swoop the tab in on that front part right there. Then we'll slowly just push it in, aligning the rest of the tabs, pushing it all the way through. Then we'll flip it over. We'll take our lock tabs, we're going to line it up square with the hole, and then put some inward pressure till they click in place. These can be a little bit difficult. You want to make sure that your tabs, you can kind of push them off to the side, and then you want to make sure your locking tab is nice and straight. Push with both thumbs, and then we'll repeat that for all three. Nice little wiggle. Now with those lock tabs in, we can head over to the vehicle and begin installing. Here we are at the front fender. What we're going to do is we're actually going to begin by removing the factory mud flap, which is just removing the inserts from here, 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 and here. And then there's 3 up on the inside down here. After you've removed the factory mud flap, now we can begin mounting our flap. We're going to take our flap and 3 of the inserts. We're going to lift the flap up into position, tucking it behind here. Then we're going to go ahead and align the bottom 3 holes. Now we're going to align the 3 holes here, and then we're going to take our inserts, push them up in, and secure the cores. With those 3 done, we're going to move to the inside of the wheel well and secure at those 3 points. With the bottom secured, we're going to align the 3 holes along the fender's edge, securing those one at a time. With those 3 fully seated, that's how you complete the front install. You can repeat these same steps on the other side. Now let's go ahead and jump to the rear. Here we have your rear laid out. What you'll get in your kit is your rear main flap. You'll get your rear A, B, and C plates, and then you'll get your rear bracket that will go to the chassis mount, and then you'll also get the hardware. We'll go ahead and put a breakdown of that hardware on the screen right now. Before we head over to the vehicle, we're going to do a little bit of pre-assembly and assemble the rear flap and the plates here. To do so, we're going to take our flange nuts and we're going to press them into the hex-shaped holes along the main flap on the same side as the logo. So just go ahead, line those up, give them a nice press. If they give you any trouble, you can take a mallet or a hammer and use it to leverage them into the hole. Now we can go ahead, take our flap, flip that over. Now that we've got those pressed in and flipped over, we'll go ahead and we're going to apply just a drop of thread locker to each of the nuts. Now we can begin assembly with our mount plates. We'll start with placing A and aligning it with the holes, and then we'll place B on top of that, aligning with those same holes, and then we'll place plate C, aligning with the inner 5 holes right here. Now we're going to take our shorter screws and put them in through A and B into the main flap. And we'll take the remaining 5 and put them through all 3 mount plates and into the main flap. Now we'll go ahead, take our 3mm Allens and tighten those down. Just getting them nice and snug. Now with the mount plates fully attached, we can go ahead, take our M6 clips, and we're going to place these over these two mount points like so that the extruded portion is on the outside, like so. Now we're ready to take our hardware, our bracket, and our flap, head over to the vehicle, and begin installing. Here we are at the rear of the vehicle. We're right by the rear bumper and rear fender. We just barely removed the factory mud flap. To do so, it'll be an insert right here, right here, right here. There will be a screw right here, a couple more inserts in here, and one down here that goes through the liner. Once you remove those, you can go ahead, set that off to the side. Now we're going to go ahead and begin by mounting our mount bracket, which is going to go just right up in here and mount on the body mount bolts right in here. So to begin, we're going to go ahead and loosen the two nuts right here and right here that are supporting the body mount. We've already pre-loosened ours, so we're just going to take ours off by hand. You'll use a 15mm socket to loosen those up. Now we're going to take our bracket, I'm going to tuck this up in here, work it around the body mount washer, getting it up past it like so. Now that we've got that passed, we're going to go ahead, take one of the provided washers and reuse the factory nut, put that back on by hand. Just getting that started by hand. Now we'll go ahead and take our 15mm socket. We just have ours on an impact, but you can do this with just your standard wrench. Go ahead. Now, as we're tightening these, we're just going to go ahead and set the angle so that it follows the angle of the bumper. Now that that's nice and solid, we'll go ahead and begin mounting the flap. Now we've grabbed our flap, we're just going to go ahead, align the bracket to the slot in the flap, lift that up into position, aligning the mount holes. And we'll take our thumb screws and we're going to reach up inside the fender here, or inside the bumper, and go ahead and get both of those thumb screws started. With those both in place, we can leave them just a little bit loose so we can align the exterior here. Now that we're back up top, the final step is to take your push insert, align this upper hole with the bottom hole in the fender, and push that in. You can return any of the rest of the factory inserts back into their places if you want. And then just go ahead, tighten down your thumb screws on the inside. And that completes the install. You can repeat these same steps on the other side. Thanks for watching.